Uh, yeah, this is John Moody, and I just want to say that in relationships, like this girl I'm seeing right now, everybody think we look cute together, but yeah, I'm just not into, putting titles on things and labels because that makes it complicated. Anyway, boy, you sure are shallow because you sure ain't deep. Maybe we should get a book from John Moody called John Moody's Guide to Millennial Dating. Slay the ladies. John, a relationship is only complicated if you make it complicated. Either you want the person or you don't. Just admit it. You're a little vain. You're only 24 years old and you're still sowing your wild oats. What happened? What was the other little girl named Danielle and now you with this other chick? Child, anyway. All right, what's up, everybody? This is your girl, Miss Sophia, the Diva. How is everyone out there? Of course, you know what time it is. It's time for Southern Charm, New Orleans. And we are on episode 5. This episode has been titled Booze and Booze. It really should have been titled Welcome to the Hotel California. Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely place with such lovely faces. I'm actually doing the Al B. Shore version, not the Eagles. But either way, remember that line he said, the watchman told him, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. And these fools, Bravo know they wrong. How you gonna send an almost all black cast to a damn haunted plantation? Who the hell want to go to a damn plantation that's black? And it's haunted. Slave owner might come up and try to put you in chains and have you working in the kitchen and out in the fields and shit. Possess your body. No, ma'am. We could have done something else, honey. We could have all gone to Dookie Chase just like Justin, had us a nice meal around the table, and that way everybody could have been talking about everybody's business. Next time I go to New Orleans, I got to be sure to go to Dookie Chase. So in this episode, I finally learned that Justin's Kelsey is a nurse. Because remember last episode, I was like, what does Kelsey do anyway exactly? Because she said something about her shift. She was going to enjoy her day off. I wish I had the stomach to be a nurse because one of my sorority sisters and best friends is a nurse. As a matter of fact, she was a traveling nurse. That is like the best gig ever if you can tolerate blood and goo and putting your life at risk every day because you don't know what patient might be psycho. But anyways, Justin is like me. I have never been on a picnic date. Somebody promised me a picnic date, but that never came to fruition. Amongst the other lies that they told, too. Although recently they did try to make good on one promise. But I'm like, honey, it's too late and this could be a setup. It ain't that serious to go to Papa Dough. Justin also meets up with a friend at Dookie Chase. I think her name was Susan or Sue or someone. Justin, it seemed like you got a little something for Miss Susan, honey. What's going on there? What about Miss Kelsey? And that's probably why Tamika was probably like, are you sure Kelsey is the one? So anyway, he said he had a crush on her. I guess they went to high school or junior high together and they were having a lovely meal at Dookie Chase. Tamika and her cousin Jared, we learned that Tamika and Jared just discovered they were cousins 3 years ago. So, yeah, that's interesting. I definitely need to do that DNA test so I can figure out who my family is. So they're going to do a road trip down to the family that I guess they just now getting to know each other or whatever. They have a crawfish boil down there. Honey, you could tell they were in the middle of nowhere. Did y'all see the crop lands out there? You know, all the rows were just the tractor and rolled through there getting it ready to plant something or something's already planted. It's just got to start growing. But they were out there. That's how I grew up for a time in Mississippi. That's like backwoods Mississippi, honey. But they're in Louisiana. They had a crawfish boil. I was like, I miss crawfish boils. I miss my family in Dallas who was from New Orleans, and they always, every time we go over there, was always some sort of New Orleans cuisine being served. It was awesome. Still is, because when I go back, usually I go over for Sunday dinner. But a lot of people, Tamika, on social media are a little concerned about how you see Jared as your second husband. It is a little odd, I will say that, because that's your cousin. And we don't want to be kissing cousins. but Jared's gay, so I don't know. I guess he could be just like a best friend or something, but girl, you do you, okay, but okay. And it was funny, the exchange between them, because, a lot of people, it's New Orleans. But Tamika does not like the colloquial term that people use, which is Nolans. Okay, but I was like, nah, it's Nolans, okay. Nolans, baby. And some people call it NOLA, and, NOLA, the Big Easy. But when I was there, I was having time of my life, and I was drunk most of the time while I was there. So it was Nolans, baby. Yes. So either way, I thought that's cute. I think it's great that you find family members that you can really vibe with. And that's awesome. Jared's family seems to be accepting of his sexuality. And I think that's great that they seem to embrace him. There was some mention about, were they going down there for somebody's funeral or remembrance? Because Tamika was talking about how in New Orleans they really get down for the homegoings, which is true. Like, it's really sad marching in. And I have a thing about the graveyards in New Orleans. I absolutely love them because they're all like crypts and mausoleums because everyone has to be buried above the ground because New Orleans actually, and that's why Hurricane Katrina was so terrible, is actually below sea level. And before they started burying bodies above ground, they were getting washed out into the Gulf. As a matter of fact, one of my uncle's best friends, that's what happened to his remains years ago, like back in the 70s, I think. But either way, and then people on Twitter had me dying because they were talking about, that, black people always, they said black people down south. Oh, no, it's black people anywhere. Who got the body? And what did it look like? Because, honey, they did not, don't go to so-and-so's funeral home. They will have you looking black, and she was a light-skinned woman. Mm-hmm. Oh, but they do, or they'll be like, they do good work. Like in Dallas, my parents swear that Evergreen is like the end-all, be-all, okay? I don't know, I must have missed that. But before we get into Plantation, let's talk about the other things that were going on. Jeff and Reagan. Okay. I wish I had something strong to drink right now. Reagan went to go see the psychic that we saw in episode 1 that came to Tamika's and Barry's housewarming. And she said, and in New Orleans, there are psychics on every corner, and it's just kind of like part of the culture, because like everybody goes to see a psychic. I was like, baby, I know not some of them saved Christians ain't going to see no damn soothsayers and psychics and sorcery and all that kind of stuff, baby. You better get with Jesus. But I will say in this particular instance, this was probably the best decision that she could have made for herself, and if she wants to salvage her marriage that is now in chaos and dysfunction. During the read, I guess she had to give her something personal. Also gave Jeff's name, the ring. It was the only thing that he had given her that hadn't been given to somebody else or whatever. And she turned over a devil tarot card. I'm not sure what all that means. But Reagan's like, I really want to know, like, is my marriage, is it okay? Is it going to be okay? Are we going to be together? So the reader tells her that, yes, your marriage is salvageable, but it's going to take some work. You don't have patience. And we all know that Reagan doesn't. She treats Jeff like he's an option, like he's a burden to her, like his problems are burdens to her. Because Reagan strikes me as one of those people, like what we were talking about in general, which everything that's going on. Like if you look at Donald Glover's video, This Is America, in some contrast, I would say that Reagan is like the people dancing. We're so focused on having fun until we're not paying attention to the things that are going on around us. Or we didn't know that they're going on, but we don't even want to be bothered because this team, no worries, don't worry, be happy type of situation. And that's how Reagan is. She don't want no problems. But this life in general, no matter how much money you have, no matter how good your life may be, there will always come a time when something tragic can happen. Think about the words of Prince, even though he wasn't talking about just the month of April, but sometimes it snows in April. All good things they say never last, and all bad things they say never last. Life is a cycle. Jeff, I'm so proud of Jeff. I'm Team Jeff all day, every day. I love this man. I like him. I embrace him. because he finally has decided, he said he was going to go see a therapist last week, and this week he did. He made it to the therapist, and it was really rather sad. And my heart goes out to him because he's really concerned about the damages of football. And, he worries about how is he going to be as the years go by, because football is damaging. We are learning more about this as some of our gridiron heroes are suffering from debilitating issues. And Jeff says that he really didn't even want to go see a therapist because he didn't want to burden people with his problems. Well, baby, that's what therapists and mental health professionals and counselors are for. They're there to help you. We get paid to, look, I'm talking about we, because hell, I'm trying to figure out how I can get up on this life coach thing, and I'm even thinking about trying to take some certification class to become a professional counselor or something, since I can't seem to pass the bar exam. Jesus. Either way, let me get back on Jeff. So Jeff, unburden yourself. Be as free as you want to be. I also feel as though Reagan, if she truly wants to save her marriage, but what she's giving me is that she doesn't want to and that she doesn't care one way or the other how her marriage goes. And just like a lot of us here on YouTube, some of us theorize that, hey, she probably already got her somebody on the side and probably always has. Because there was another portion, which I'm going to touch on that once we get to that portion at the Myrtle Plantation, the haunted plantation. But my thing is, Jeff, if you are unable to talk to your spouse about your problems, then maybe that's not the person for you. You chose her. Maybe things were good. My thing is that I think maybe now that you broke ass, maybe she thinks she needs to move on up the road. Maybe she had already plotted her escape. I don't know. I really don't know. But I was happy to see on Twitter that night that it showed that Reagan had graduated from law school cum laude or something like that. Was it summa cum laude or whatever? Either way, she graduated with academic honors, and I'm sure she did since she was living alone and didn't have the stresses of having to probably work if she really didn't want to. Jeff, in the words of Don Henley, you need to get down to the heart of the matter, okay? Y'all know I love the Eagles and Don Henley. I got to see Don Henley back in 2007 at USC when he performed at one of those fancy dinners I used to go to when I worked for Variety. This Myrtle Plantation trip. Damn, y'all black folk getting the piling up in a goddamn van bus. And bravo, y'all should be ashamed yourself for this low budget ass trip you sent these people on. They all gather. I don't know who. I think they were at, what's her name, Out of Africa chick's house, because it was her idea to do it, I think. And because I think it was her that brought it up on the little swamp tour thing. I don't know. But either way, they gathering for this daggone plantation trip. Poor Justin. Justin shouldn't have even gone. Like, y'all should have given that boy something for his nerve. The whole time, he looked like he was going to just shit bricks at any time. But during the arrivals, people are like, oh, where's Jeff? Like, I stayed in the French Quarter apartment. Of course you did, Reagan. Of course you did, because you're running from your husband. You're running from your duties as a wife. And then Jeff is like, well, she's like been, it's just really awkward. It's just awkward. I'm just like, yeah, it is, Jeff. It really is. And something's rotten something's rotten in Denmark, okay? Y'all living separately, basically, po thing. When Justin's friend, his little girlfriend, gets on the bus, she's like, hey, guys, how y'all doing? I'm like, hey. And to me, who that? How she know y'all? Do we know her? Have we? And then the guy's like, hell yeah, we seen her before. She was naked. And I was like, oh, Lord, that's the little model chick. Oh, my God. But either way, y'all know who that is. Paint and sip with a side of naked. So anyways, bravo, this was low budget. They on their way to the plantation and the damn tire blow out. Okay, what the hell? And I started laughing because I was like, God is trying to tell you something. Baby, God is trying to tell you something. Don't go to that damn plantation. Yeah, somebody gonna come up missing. Y'all gonna be up there. Basically, you know what they reminded me of, if you really think about it? It was like Scooby-Doo and the mystery van, honey, okay? Who is it? Daphne and Fred? Is Jeff? Jeff and Reagan. Oh, Lord. Who would be Shaggy? Actually, Jeff looked more like Shaggy, but either way, I'm just saying it broke down. But of course, because this is a transportation company that will just send out another bus to get y'all on your way. Now, the host freaked my ass out from jump. I was like, there is no way in hell after this woman that sat there and told me all this shit that my ass is going to sit there and stay at this damn plantation. Y'all better take me home. Okay, get my shit and get on. Okay, but okay, so we all chilling, right? We chilling because she told me everybody here is friendly. Most of us, anyway. I was like, bitch, I was looking. Who ain't friendly? The ghosts? Where's Casper? Where little Kizzy? Because they said something about there's a child ghost that's there that they cut her ear off or something for ear hustling. I don't know. But either way, she likes to play little games. And apparently the room that Jeff and Reagan were in, because she stayed throwing things at Reagan. Reagan, I don't think the ghosts like you. Because according to Jeff, he said that they had an apartment in the French Quarter, and Reagan claimed that there was a male ghost that sexually harassed her every time he left the apartment. Jeff, you believe that shit? She told you that shit because she probably wasn't doing right then. And you had money. And you were playing football. I'm just saying. And funny, you scared of ghosts, but you done moved your ass right back down into the French Quarter. Anyway, either that or the ghost was trying to tell you she ain't worth it. Run. Justin, he ain't doing well. Oh, look, oh, my chest. Kelsey, I might not be able to join you, honey. I was like, this child, Lord, he's such a mama's boy. But I would have been scared too, Justin. I would have been like, somebody hold me. Yeah. Then Rick, oh my God. When I think about my dad, he had a heart attack. What am I going to do? Oh my God, he could be having a heart attack. What do we do? Who knows CPR? Somebody call it. I'm like, girl, it's a panic attack. Okay? It's a panic attack. Those are panic attacks will come off as heart attacks, but what he was having was a panic attack because he was scared shitless. Okay? I said, does anybody have some Xanax or some Ativan up in here, y'all? I know somebody got Tamika. Tamika, you probably got it. I know you probably got some Ativan, girl. Justin, I wouldn't have came. That would have been the one time I would have told Bravo, y'all just don't have to pay me today, okay? And my mom and daddy got plenty of money, so I'm good. And I'm a lawyer, okay? Dinner looked delicious. I'm going to tell y'all something. This is my crazy ass. I was like, so they got all these damn ghosts running around here. Who's to say that they won't poison the goddamn food with some hemlock or some damn arsenic or something shit? All y'all be laid up there dead. Then y'all be ghosts of Myrtle Plantation too. What the hell? The dinner did look good. The chef was nice. That creepy hostess, they asked her, when she stayed there, she told her, no, I'm going home. Well, what the hell we staying here for? Can we go home with you? Shit. John Moody's room, as it turns out, some Confederate soldier foot fell off from getting a disease or got cut off or something. But either way, John said she asked him, do you sleep in socks? And he was like, yeah, I sleep in socks. I sleep in socks, which I started laughing. Oh, John Moody sleeps in socks. I can't laugh because my boo, he was sleeping his socks too. So I don't know, I don't get that. But I usually sleep in socks in the wintertime because I'm trying to keep my feet well moisturized. She told him don't sleep in socks because the ghost gonna take your socks off anyway. I was like, what? See, no, no, And then I was like, you scared, ain't you, John? Talking about, I'm cool. I'm just going to sleep with the lights on. Dude, you shook by the ghost. Either way, don't wear your socks, boo. And what about your girl? She'll be in there. Y'all be all right. Who got mace? Who got ghost mace? Somebody call the Ghostbusters. After I heard that, I would have packed my shit and been like, get my shit. And I would have been like, run, Forrest, run. Because, like, here in Long Beach, we have the Queen Mary. And I never knew this until recently, or maybe I did always know, that there's a hotel on the Queen Mary. And people stay there and they say that shit is haunted. Hell, I was scared when I went there for a wedding. I was like, I'm not going to his bathroom by myself. During dinner, John brings up Gian with no edges. That's why I keep telling Tamika, I don't know why you act so concerned about Gian. She ain't got no edges. Like, girl, like I can donate you some. You want to see my edges come all the way almost down to my eyebrows, baby. That's why I get mine's relaxed. I was like, why did he bring up Gian? Because Tamika probably was like, Gian. She was like, it's really no big deal because, well, she stopped fucking with Barry, basically. Because Barry used what is considered a homophobic slur. Which I was surprised that some of my friends in the LGBT community really kind of weren't offended by it. They were just like, that's just par for the course. But, everyone wants to find something to be in an uproar about. Like, I'm going off on a tangent here, so bear with me. But one of the things that disturbed me recently was the fact that I guess some high school had a jungle-themed coming to America like prom, and there was a caged tiger there, and people were in an uproar about it. And I'm just like, you in an uproar about a tiger being caged, but not about a black man being gunned down in the streets by a cop, or the fact that black people in this country are being targeted for breathing while black, for being while black, shopping while black, doing community service while black, waiting while black. Really. I'm not trying to minimize that because some people's feelings really are hurt. Anyways, so supposedly Gian is going to sponsor an art show for John. Go figure. Tamika did say she be in everything. During dinner, her brother shows up. She says he's late. He's always the last to show up. Hell, he was probably trying to figure out, should I even show up to this shit? Tamika shared with me recently, because I really wanted to know, but she couldn't go into details. But Tamika Lee did share with me that at the end of the day, Gian is a non-factor in her life. And let us not forget that this is unscripted reality, people. And so producers and directors of these shows will provide direction, and it's up to the cast how they're going to take the information or use it, and how they're going to, put their lives on display. Prime example right now where I say it may be unscripted, but there's a lot of truth to it would be like if you look at Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Tommy Lee. This girl can't stay out of jail. She keeps catching charges in mugshots. But anyways, the Zydeco band, it's like food, fun, and fellowship that night. It was like everyone forgot all about their troubles and their issues. They were up dancing, or some people were dancing. John and Jeff, what is this? He's talking about that's the jacket flap. That's his move. He said that's his signature move. I was like, get it how you live, Jeff. Live your best life, Jeff. John Moody says he pretends that he's going to do something and then he runs off. I don't get it, John. Then Barry, I don't know what he was doing. I'm like, Barry, every time you do stuff, it just really surprises me. Like, Barry, what the hell was that? Jeff was so happy. He said he's happy to be with his friend. It's like family. And I know right now Jeff feels like he doesn't have anyone and he's lost in this world. So I'm glad that he had a moment where he felt like it was okay to be happy. Next week, shit is starting to get real with some of the cast members in positive and not so positive ways. We see Justin ring shopping for Kelsey. Now, is this an engagement ring, or are they setting us up for him to do something that some men like John would do? Hey girl, this is a promise ring. And things seem to be tense between Barry and Tamika. Either way, I am here for Southern Charm, New Orleans. You should be too. So I hope to see you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed this review. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for watching. We are now at 277 subscribers. I need to get to 1,000, or I need for you all to make your friends and family sit and each individually watch my video so I can get to 4,000 impressions. I need that in a 12-month period in order for me to get my monetization sponsorship statuses back. YouTube, y'all dead ass wrong for this, and I will continue to say that you're dead ass wrong for it because you're not allowing people to do or grow organically. I don't get what the big deal was, but y'all, until we build our own platforms and come up with other ways to market ourselves, this is what we got to work with. I wish I had studied computer science But I just don't like math like that because I think it was some math in there. My friend Tiffany struggled with it and she ended up changing her major and becoming a school teacher. That's all the Divas got for Southern Charm, New Orleans, baby. And I would love for you to come and join me. But meanwhile, I've got to go make groceries.